City Deals. I'm your host, Lauren Lewis. Woo, today, let me tell you, it's hot outside. But I tell you what, I'm not complaining. It feels good. It feels good to feel the sun. It just puts you in a better mood. And so I'm not complaining at all. So I made it through it, and happy to be here. Had a great week. And today, we're going to talk about feeling healthy vibes. Of course, we know on the third Tuesday, we dedicate the segment to health, investing in your health. And we're going to introduce two products today. But first, I'd like to introduce Kathy Maxwell, Fit to the Max. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Glad to have you.
Thanks for inviting me.
My pleasure. You know, we did such a great job. I think the last podcast that we had, we talked together. We talked about Fit to a T. We talked about a 10-day cleanse. So we talked about cleansing our body from inside out. And the biggest thing is that it all starts from within. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
So when you start focusing on your health, you know, like we said, we started out with the cleansing, and we're going to talk about two products, but I want to talk a little bit before we get into the products about completely loving yourself enough to want to do more for yourself. And what I mean by that is the summertime is a great time to start. If you haven't, at least start walking, start doing something that your body will start moving, and you start thinking positive about making small steps towards doing better. We talked about doing a cleanse. We talked about just being more conscious of health, because right now there's so many things that are plaguing. There's so many chemicals in food. There's so many things that are even from behavioral in terms of people emotionally right now
That's
are going
right.
through so much.
Yes.
And walking is probably one of the most beneficial, low-impact exercises that you can take. So Feeling Healthy Vibes is the community that I created back in 2019. And it's a community, it was more really to help me, but then I said, if I have an accountability community, then not only can I help myself, I can help other people.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it's kind of like now, you know, I post my steps. For people, you know me, I do my 10,000 daily steps. And so it's really become therapeutic for me. You know, it's really more of, I feel better. My creativity is there. It's just like, it just does something for me. And I think a lot of people think walking is not a great exercise. They feel like they got to be running. They feel like they got to be doing so much more. That's not true. Walking is a tremendous low impact exercise that you can do.
Absolutely.
It helps lower stress. It helps with, especially with diabetes, it can help lower your points. Not only that, it even shapes and tones your body. 30 minutes, the Heart Association said 30 minutes of walking 5 days a week can decrease your risk of a heart attack or stroke by 35%.
And several other diseases.
Mm-hmm. So it's really important. But what we'll do is we're going to jump into the products. We're going to talk about a couple of things that a lot of people, you know, when you're taking supplements, a lot of people say, I don't like taking pills. They'll tell me, I don't want to swallow not another pill, especially if they have prescriptions, different things. They're taking so many things. It's like, you know, I just don't want to take another pill. No offense.
Yeah, just one more thing.
Just one more thing, right. Well, you know what? You can drink these, okay?
Yes.
No excuses. It's like having some juice, all right? We're going to talk about these some very powerful products that I take every day. Now, Kathy, I'm sure.
Yes, I do. Absolutely. It's in me right now.
Yes, me too. It's kind of like a morning regimen for me, and it's excellent. Refrigerated, and let's talk about Biomega. You want to talk about Biomega first?
Yes, let's do that.
You know what? We're gonna talk to an expert, because you know what? Kathy was a blessing. She introduced me to the product line, and very, very knowledgeable in the area of health and wellness in the supplement industry. So I appreciate your expertise.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. So let's talk about Biomega. What do you like about Biomega?
Well, what I like about it, first of all, for people that are listening, it tastes good.
It does.
But it's aloe vera based. It's 90% aloe vera, and as you know, aloe vera plant is a very healing plant. Not only on the outside, you can get a burn or cut and put a little piece of aloe vera plant on it, cut it, and use the open end, and within a couple days, your scratch or your burn is healed. Well, it also heals on the inside. So what it does, aloe vera has the Biomega is 90% aloe vera. It contains 120 minerals and vitamins, and it's plant based, and all the other components is also plant based. They're GMO free. They're gluten free. There are no animal byproducts in our product, and they're all vegan and vegetarian. And
Yeah.
you can take this with any medication. If you can eat fruit and vegetables, you can drink Biomega, and it tastes delicious.
Yes, I don't know if you can see. This is kind of small here. I don't know if we can zoom in to some of this and see a little bit of some of the ingredients that are in here. But and like I said, it's really like a liquid vitamin. You know, you have vitamin A, you have vitamin C, you have vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. And as you know, vitamin A is necessary for the body for growth, for growth and development, for cell development, vision, your immune function. So Biomega is really a source of helping you build and repair your body. As we know, if your body is not completely compromised, it will try to heal itself if you give
Yeah.
it the proper nutrition.
It will heal itself.
And
yes.
so what happens is sometimes we cannot naturally intake all the things that we need that are necessary because we put so many chemicals and toxins in our body. We have to have something that, as a supplement, as you know, to add to help develop and help repair your body.
Yes.
Okay? So, and then of course, you know, vitamin C helps with the risk of chronic diseases. It helps manage high blood pressure and even iron deficiency. So you're getting a lot of components in there. And then vitamin D, a lot of times we don't have enough of that in our system either. So, and that's another thing that strengthens the immune system and increases your mood, helps in weight loss, and even in rheumatoid arthritis. So there's
Yeah.
some other things that, you know, that's in here that can really help boost your immune system, so you can take away some of, at least, I guess, so they don't advance. At least you're giving yourself a chance to become healthier.
Right. As a matter of fact, Lauren, Biomega is good for diabetics, and it's good for high blood pressure, and it helps stabilize blood sugar, which is so important because that's a very common disease right now. And it strengthens the heart. It feeds every part of the body. It cleanses out and fights infection in the body. It's an infection fighter, inflammation.
Yes.
Which is the cause of most diseases, inflammation.
And you know, I didn't know, when you're speaking of diabetes, I didn't know really a lot of the things that affect the immune system are autoimmune diseases. I didn't know that diabetes was an autoimmune disease, lupus.
It attacks the body.
Yes, and then rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes.
You know, so all these things, when we have inflammation in our bodies, it wreaks havoc in so many different ways. And like I said, if you don't put something in your body that can help fight or prevent, you know, a lot of people say, oh, I don't have anything wrong with me. Well, why would you want to have something? You get what I'm saying? Like, if you
Right.
could prevent it, and you could do preventive maintenance or whatever. It's kind of like when you get an oil change. It's like if you don't, your car will last
Yes.
as long as you keep getting the oil change, right?
Yes, yes.
So it doesn't mean something's wrong with your car, but you're trying to prevent your engine
Any
going out, right?
There you go. Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the body. You know, we have to look at it from a standpoint of what will you put in your body so that it can actually work optimally. You know, so that's my biggest thing now is, if anyone knows my story, I was kind of scared straight because when a doctor had talked to me about my mother, she'd had a stroke. The biggest thing was when they start going through asking about family history. Well, some things are just genetic, you know, so you're predisposed, which means that maybe if you haven't got it now, you will because it runs in your family history. So that really kind of scared me, and I'm like, man, I need to start thinking about, my health. So, I lost weight, which of course that always helps. I feel
Sure.
better, got more energy. But,
And you look great.
well, thank you. You're beautiful too. It's just that now I focus on what else can I put in my body to help fight off all this stuff.
Yeah.
So-
And this actually, the Biomega helps build the immune system, which is your defense system to keep your body healthy. It's like the shield around your body, shooting the arrows out to any inflammation that try to come in.
Yes.
So it's really an awesome product for keeping you well.
And it also has dragon fruit in here now, which is another natural supplement. And you see that now, they're just selling it, in the
Right,
stores. And so a
right.
lot of people, add that in. It's called it's like, they could refer to it like a strawberry pear. It's kind of what dragon fruit is
Right.
compared
It tastes
to.
good.
And so, yes, and so it has kind of like a mango orange, would you say, kind of taste. So it tastes really good and it's refreshing. And I know that even sometimes thank God, I love the way I feel.
Right.
But like in the winter, I found myself not just taking like a capful, I almost drinking like juice and like almost a
Yes.
4 ounce,
Yes.
And
Yes.
I loved it.
The more you drink, the better you feel.
You can't OD on this stuff. It's just like drinking a bottle of juice that just, and it tastes good. It didn't taste like a vitamin or anything.
Right, right.
So another thing is turmeric, which is a very serious,
Turmeric is an awesome herb.
yes. And so it helps with memory loss, fights free radicals. And it's another one that fights depression too, so there's some other benefits.
That's great. Well, you know what? This product is also good for the digestive system. It soothes the digestive system and helps the food to move down the passageway of your large and small intestines
Okay.
and gives you good eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it fights free radicals in the body also.
So I was just going through
Just loving it.
love. It
Yeah,
feels good.
I drink it every day.
I do too. I drink it in the morning. It's kind of like my little juice for the morning.
Yeah. But you have to refrigerate it because once you open it, because it's fruit and vegetable base,
Mm-hmm.
you have to keep it cool because it doesn't have preservatives in it. None of our products have preservatives.
Right.
And as a result, it'll start to ferment. So you have to refrigerate it.
I like it
Once
cold
you-
anyway.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
you got to put it in the refrigerator. After you
Yeah.
open it, you take your first cap full and then put it in the refrigerator.
Yes.
So if you have any, if you do not want to take a supplement that is in pill form, we would suggest that you would get Biomega. And you can find that on DetroitCityDeals.com under Feeling Healthy Vibes. And the website is lauren.firstfitness.com.
And that's easy to remember.
I hope so. But you know what? If you can't remember, you just got to keep watching this segment.
Yes,
Let's
that's
keep
it.
watching the episode. So, let's talk about, you want to go into Zavita?
Yeah, I love that product.
Ooh,
It tastes like a wine.
this is tropical.
Yeah. It comes from the Amazon rainforest, where the people there, the men in their 70s and 80s still have all their teeth and all their hair and still having sexual activities with their wife. So it increases the libido, and it's good for pain. It's good for heart health, digestive system, of course, the immune system. Again, it's an immune system builder, but it's really great for men's health and because it serves to increase your sexual performance. But it helps guys with ED.
Right.
Yeah. So it's neurological. It helps with the brain. It's a brain food. It gives you energy as well as mental clarity and good focus.
Right.
So it's got nutrition in it, and all the 8 herbs comes from Brazil,
From the rainforest.
from the rainforest. Yes,
Mhm.
where the trees are tall and there's vines over the trees, and it's like a canopy. So the vegetation doesn't get damaged from the sun. It's very tropical, and these herbs can't grow here because of the climate that we have here.
Well, they could have today. Oh no!
But it would have, wait a minute.
One day would have known.
It would have parched the earth. It was so hot today. So, yeah.
Yeah, you could almost fry the
But
burger.
it's good for the skin and the respiratory system as well. Yeah.
And another thing, it seems like in the winter time, you never think there's so many things that are out before the
Right,
spring comes,
right.
like the pollen and different things. But this was another one that I take every day. Just I'm sure you do too.
Every day,
Yes,
sometimes twice.
but no colds, nothing.
Nothing.
All winter
You don't get
long.
sick.
No. And it has now for some reason it has a kind of like a chocolate berry taste to me a little
Yeah.
bit.
But a kind of whiny taste.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little thick, but it's good. It's not
really good.
It's and you take a capful.
And you want more.
Yeah. And you can't, and the same thing, it's not like if you took 2 capsules, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, like I said, your total body, saying the combination of the supplements, you just feel
Yeah.
good.
It also suppresses your appetite, so it's good for weight loss and increases fat burning. It's the bomb.
It is.
It's good for all systems of the body. Every system benefits from Zavita.
Yes.
And by the way, Zavita is the only herbal medicine that is in the doctor's physician reference manual that a prescription can be written for it. And it's had 250 tests against it.
Wow.
It's powerful. Yeah. Prescriptions can be written for Zavita
Wow.
because it's in the doctor's reference manual as one of the things for, most things with just pure herbs don't get into that
Right.
category
Right.
because there's no
Well, there's so
chemicals.
many components, and break it down,
Yeah.
just like how you do even with a prescription. There's so much in there. So,
Yeah.
it's probably hard to do that, but this must be the,
But it's great for the skin. It fights, acne and all the, psoriasis, eczema, all of that helps clear it up.
and see, that's what we were talking about as far as when you repair your body from the inside out, you can see the benefits. You can
Yeah.
tell,
Right.
you can tell from people's skin.
Right. Yeah.
You can start seeing, and then too, what I think when people are healthy, that their attitude is different.
Of course.
You can tell
Of course.
when people are taking care of themselves, they just have a different outlook on life.
Because they feel good.
Yeah,
When you feel good, you act good.
yes, that's true.
And by the way, ladies, this fights cellulite.
We definitely want that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
really, what we're trying to promote is, right now, I am a wellness advocate. What I'm trying to do is really find as many people like-minded that are investing in their health.
Right.
Because what that does, then it brings powerful people, positive environments. We're moving in a direction you want to win.
Yeah.
When you feel good, you do good.
That's right. And we pass that goodness and that good, clean energy and good health habits on to our children and our grandchildren.
Yep, that's
'Cause
generational.
believe me, they're watching you. If you eat all your meals at the fast food place, that's what they do. But nutrition is life.
And that's true. And the whole thing is, now another thing, you would think you'd have to be a certain age to take either one of these products, and that's not true.
Yeah.
So even as a child,
Yeah.
You can take-
Teenagers, anybody.
yes, you can
Young
take
people can
Vitamin.
yeah. My granddaughter's been drinking it all her life.
So I'm sure she's nice and healthy.
And
We
smart.
should- yeah. But we don't think about that because when you grow up, and I didn't even think about that with my daughter because she would want, of course, the McDonald's,
Right.
she want the Happy Meal. And you think about because they're getting a toy and all this stuff, and you're not thinking about how you're reinforcing those things. Of course, they like it. Of course, you want to go to McDonald's all the time, but you're not thinking about the impact it has
Right.
on the health or when you're celebrating with food. And that's one of the things I was an emotional eater, and I still have to watch that because when I'm happy, I'm ready to go out and eat. I'm like, oh, where are we going? And I'm like, okay, you gotta stop that because you're taking in all the preservatives, all these different things, and when you start educating yourself on what you're really eating or what you're ingesting, it's kind of like once you start doing better, you don't want to go back because you don't want to undo what you.
How could you feel?
Yeah, it's like you don't want to start that, and so, and I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. And this was today, actually. We had a meeting, and we had bagels and some cinnamon rolls,
all the fat stuff.
yeah. So I did pretty good with doing half of, but you know what? Probably within about 30 minutes, I was lethargic. It had just hit me.
It was draining you because it had zero nutrition.
Yeah.
And it was taking all the blood from to go to your digestive tract to process that starch.
Because, I got away from it. Yeah.
So you lose your energy.
Yeah. It zapped
Because it leaves
just
the brain
that
and
quick.
goes there to process it.
I was doing good, and all of a sudden, I started yawning. I was like, what? Like, you know what? I said, and this just goes to show you, when you remove it from your system and you go back, see, before it was normal because, of course, I was just eating what I wanted to eat. But when your body realizes the difference, it doesn't want to go back.
Well, you know what else? These products help people save money on groceries because you eat differently. You save money on gas because we ship it to your home or place of business.
Yes.
You save money on going to the doctor's office because you don't get sick. It's amazing.
That's right. That's right. And that's what you call investing. It's so funny when people talk about, they think that investing in your health is an expense. No, it's an investment for life.
It is.
That's for your longevity.
Yes,
We know
yes.
we're not immortal, but I tell you what, I want to live as long as I can.
But
as
you also
healthy.
want to be healthy.
That's right.
Not in a wheelchair, not in a
Right.
nursing home.
Right.
But driving your nice car.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So Kathy, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. I appreciate you coming and
I
helping
appreciate
me.
you. You're doing a great job. You're
Thank
helping a lot
you.
of people.
Thank you. And
I
I
hope
just
that
want to keep reaching
I
out.
hope this Detroit and the surrounding area appreciate your efforts, your time, and what you're investing
Thank
into
you.
helping people.
Thank you. And so, like I said, it takes a village. I do feel we talk about it for raising,
Yeah.
children, but we need it for our health. We need to be around like-minded people so that we can all support each other.
Right.
It takes
Hey,
a village for that.
You're part of the village.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This has been an excellent episode. And like I said, Feeling Healthy Vibes is on DetroitCityDeals.com. You can get the products at lauren.firstfitness.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week.